Hey guys, this is Mike from Heroes Next Door. Today we're going to be doing a Type 1 ambulance review and see what kind of equipment they carry. I remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, the fire department coming over and doing fire prevention week. They allowed us to get in the trucks, look around, walk around. So we have an opportunity today to go through an ambulance and see the equipment that they have. Right off the bat, the first thing we see is the stretcher. Let's get this out of the way and then we'll get up inside and see what's going on. So as we enter into the back of the ambulance, I just wanted to explain something about ALS versus BLS. BLS is basic life support. ALS is advanced life support. And a basic life support truck has 2 people in it usually, sometimes more. You have a first responder and an EMT. On an ALS truck, you're going to have that paramedic and an EMT. Sometimes you have 2 paramedics, but this truck is designed to really handle any life-threatening emergency. This is both BLS and ALS, depending on the personnel you have. At back of an ambulance is actually designed to be a mobile intensive care unit or an ER room. They have all the equipment that you need in order to take care of any sick patient. Whether you're delivering a baby, bringing someone back to life, or working on trauma, that's what this is designed to do. So first thing you come into is what you sit down in the captain's chair, and over to your right is going to be your airway station, because the head of the patient is going to be right in front of me. We want to be able to handle any airway issues. So in the cabinets here, we have such things as nasal cannulas to help you breathe. We have non-rebreather masks to help you breathe. We have nasal and oral airways to put in or up your nose or in your mouth. We have humidifiers. We have BVMs, which is bag valve masks. So if you're not breathing, this is the piece of equipment you want to be able to use, because we will breathe for you. We have suction units. We have blood pressure cuffs. The cool thing about today is they also carry CPAP machines. This is a portable, disposable CPAP machine. This has changed medicine as we know it, from the BLS to the ALS. Also in here we have some intubation stuff. We have some rescue airways, such as a King airway. If we're having difficulty, we have capnography. Everything that you need to take care of an airway in this position, sitting from the captain's chair, is right here to take care of. So the seating in the back of an ambulance is specifically designed also. We have what we call a captain's chair. The captain's chair is up front at the head of the patient. They're the ones that control the airway. Many times they're the ones that are going to be calling how the call goes. They can see everything from head to toe, and they go from there. Immediately to our right, this is what we consider a CPR seat. And what this is designed to do is give you perfect access at the chest level to do your chest compressions as you need to go. It also gives you access to the counters, the sharps container, and so forth. So immediately moving from the CPR seat, we go over to what we consider our action seat. Our action seat is where we do a lot of our work. This is where we do most of our work from head to toe, especially when we're a single provider. We can put IVs in. We can put on heart monitors. We can take blood pressures. We can do our head to toe assessment and reassessment while we're traveling to the hospital. Very important to have room and access to sit down properly. The cool thing is they have safety in mind. This one's actually a 5-point harness to keep you in as we're traveling down the road. It's one thing to have seating arrangements for all the crew members, but we also have to keep in mind that we transport kids, whether they're on the stretcher or they need to be in a car seat. These ambulances nowadays actually come with integrated car seats for children. They have the 5-point harness. They have a car seat right there, instructions if you forget how to put it together, but we always have children in mind. So one of the major things that we take care of are traumas, bleeding, injuries, those kind of things. Above the action seat is actually where they keep a lot of their supplies for here. So if we flip this door open here, this is where we're gonna have our tourniquets that you can get. We're gonna have our oral glucose that we talked about. We have things as splints. We have triangular bandages. We have tape. And the other thing that we have back here in the second cabinet is this is where we keep all of our bandages and gauzes. We have 5x9s, we have 4x4s, 2x2s, we have cling, we have co-band. Very important things when we're talking about the injured. We want to splint the injury, we want to stop the bleeding. As we make our way to the back of the ambulance, we start getting more into patient comfort stuff. We want to make sure that we have plenty of blankets, sheets, towels, all those kind of things. We actually have hospital gowns that we put the patients in. This is also where we carry some of our more serious stuff. When you need to deliver a baby, We have the supplies to do that. You know, we can deliver right here, we can deliver in your house or on the side of the road. Not advised, but we've done it. Here's also where we have some of our bigger burn sheets or cooling blankets. We have our hot packs, our cold packs. All that kind of stuff is right back here. This is where we want to make you comfortable. So as we're traveling to the hospital, we're always reassessing those patients. You want to make sure that they're getting better. But when they don't, we have cabinetry that helps us. When you have to get a reassessment and maybe put a collar on somebody that had neck pain or didn't have neck pain to start, but does now, you can reach. This is an inside-outside compartment, reaching from the here to get it while we're traveling, or reaching from outside before we start. So as we come all the way to the back end, we showed you all the cabinetry. That's pretty much what every ambulance is going to have, whether you're BLS or ALS. What I just showed you is actually the BLS side of it. What I'm going to show you next is the advanced life support, the ALS stuff of it. This is where we really get into saving lives. We have everything from portable suction units. We have AEDs that we can use. We have chest compression devices called a Lucas. This is the one we use. There's a couple of them out there, but that thing is a lifesaver. Traction splints for your hip fractures. We also have medications for cardiac arrest. Just like an emergency room, we have the ability to work a cardiac arrest from the time they go down to the time we get pulses back. Some of the other equipment that we carry on an advanced life support truck are going to be airway related issues, just like the BLS side of it, but now we got to add things such as auto vents so we can actually ventilate an intubated patient. We're going to have tools such as a laryngoscope or a videoscope in order to do the intubations. This one's pretty cool, very compact, ready to go. Bring it on, put it on, and now you got video in order to see those landmarks in order to get your intubation done. So very advanced equipment, definitely life-saving equipment that you need in that emergency. So in an ALS truck, one of the key pieces of equipment that you're going to have is a monitor. Whether it's the LifePak 15, whether it's a Zoll, doesn't matter, you're going to have a monitor. And these things are tremendous. The things they can do nowadays as far as doing 12 lead EKGs, they do capnography, they do blood pressures, they do oxygen saturations. Some of them do carbon dioxide saturations. They can act as an AED. Tremendous piece of machinery that you're gonna have to have. All right, so once we got our monitor on, we got the airway taken care of. The next important thing in order to save lives, just like the emergency rooms, is we have to have IV access, so we have plenty of bags of fluid to resuscitate you. We have breathing treatments. We have medications all ready to go at a moment's notice at an arm's reach. So breathing treatments over here off the captain's chair or off the action seat. We have another drawer that has all of our IV start kits. We have our medications, the immediate medications, everything from Benadryl to Epi for those allergic reactions that you need to get to quickly. We have breathing treatments. We have the Narcan that you all know about in here. We also have glucometers. Diabetic is a huge problem in America. We have the ability to take care of that. Right off the action seat here, we also have a temperature probe. The reason for that is sepsis is big. We want to be able to take care of, like we said, any sick, injured person for that first 15 minutes of life to make sure that we stabilize them and give them to the hospital, give them a fighting chance. So the advancements in stretchers we have today not only help us save lives, but it saves our back. These Stryker stretchers are phenomenal. We have the auto load system and a power stretcher. Watch how easy this is to load. This can hold up to 700-pound patient. We just bring it into the track, bring it down a little bit, make sure it clicks in. One button brings up the feet, loads it up, and I just literally just guide it in. When we first got these stretchers, I had a 7-year-old in the area, and he came in and did this by himself with me. I weigh 230, and he put me in the ambulance with no problems. So to give you an idea of what our workspace is about, I wanted to put the stretcher back in and show you how we operate and what it takes to sit in an ambulance and work on a patient. You know, it's not a whole lot of room in here, but we do have everything we have to take care of those patients. So here's kind of what it looks like. As I'm sitting in the action seat, this is where I have access to my patient from head to toe. I can get the IVs and so forth. But if I need to put an IV on the other side, I'm going to have to jump over to the CPR seat. Maybe I got to put the head down a little bit. And this is how we travel around. Above us are handles. This is for our safety to move around. So we're going to kind of walk our way around, get into the captain's chair, take care of that airway that we talked about. If I got to get an IV on the other side, this is where that CPR seat comes in about. I can get an IV or here, or if I need to do CPR, this is where I'm going. Look how tight this is. It's pretty much the size of my foot in between me and the stretcher. That's what we work with on a daily basis. Now we're going to do a walk around of the cabinetry on the outside of the vehicle. We'll open up the doors, let you see what's inside. Inside access, outside access to the same thing. The Lucas, the AED, suction units, all right there. So as we finish up this, we're going to move our way towards the back of the ambulance. One of the unique things about this ambulance specifically is a door that slides rather than opens out. That way when we're in traffic, we can actually not swing that door out into the other lane and continue to keep traffic moving. Very good feature. On the back corner of this truck is where we have a lot of our moving equipment. We have our backboard, shortboard, C-collars, and a stair chair. Again, a Striker stair chair is what we use. Phenomenal piece of equipment. Has a track system on the back to allow us to go downstairs without picking people up. Saves my back, saves our partner's back. Awesome piece of equipment. On the driver's side rear corner, this is where we have our gear. We have our gear for firefighting or auto accidents, but we also have rehab gear. We carry bottles of water, ice, so we can take care of our people and we can take care of the public real easy. Easy access to all the blankets, the warm and cold blankets are all right in here. Underneath some of this gear, we have other equipment such as the entry tools. Everybody knows what this is, it's called a Halligan. Some people call it a hooligan, but access tools. We need to be able to get into places. We have our KED board. We have our hair tractions all out in this cabinet here. So if you need to be extricated from a vehicle or even from a house and you need a specialty tool, this is the cabinet we're going to go to. There are many, many different kinds of emergencies, and this cabinet helps us kind of eliminate some of those. But when that mass casualty happens, maybe you got 3, 4 people that got hurt, we have a mass casualty kit ready to go. They have life preservers, because in town, they have water. They have your helmets to protect ourselves and jumper cables. And you're thinking, why jumper cables? Well, one, if our ambulance goes down or a partner goes down, but we're also public service. Maybe we can even jump you. So the last door in this truck is one of the most important doors that we have. This is where we keep the oxygen cylinders, the main one that's going to supply this ER room on wheels. It is large enough to take you to any hospital you need and treat you as long as you need. We also have another moving device. We have long boards and short boards. We have the Reeve stretcher in there, everything ready to go. This is our mobile office. This is where we sit most of the day and take the calls. In here is the mobile command unit that actually turns on the radios, turns on the lights and sirens, and functions the lift, everything that needs to be done. This is where we are able to communicate with our other trucks. We get our dispatches. We also get the information on what's going on with the patients. This is key to our survival. The advantage of this one is we actually have a cabinetry behind us. We can put our personal stuff back here. We actually have active shooter equipment back here. So drag bags, bulletproof vests, all ready to go. Because not only do we have to keep you safe, we want to be safe and we want to be able to get to you at any time. This truck is a F550 platform. Has a lot of upgrades. It has liquid suspension. It has the 6.7 diesel, plenty of power force. It's got the front bumper on it to give you plenty of noise so you know we're coming. So this truck is a four-wheel drive F550. Not only is it high enough to do what we need to do to get through the bad weather, but it also has liquid shocks in the back. Lower and raise the back end as we see fit and make our ride comfortable. Thank you for watching Heroes Next Door episode on the Type 1 ambulance. Do me a favor, check out the next video.